Have you ever had that feeling, where you're standing right in front of a huge opportunity, but for some reason you just can't make it work? It's something we've all felt. Well, today we're going to dive into the mechanics of exactly that, how you can actually seize an opportunity when it shows up. And it all kicks off with a simple story.
Okay, so it all starts with this really simple, everyday thing that happened. The other day, I called a taxi, and this super sleek, expensive-looking electric car pulls up. It was one of those moments where you kind of double-check the app, thinking, wait a second, is this really for me? But yeah, it was.
So we get to my destination. I say my thanks, get ready to hop out, and then nothing. I literally could not get out of the car. I'm looking at the door and it's covered in all these modern buttons, but I have no clue which one actually opens it. I tried the one that looked kind of familiar from a different car, but nope. For a solid minute, I was completely and utterly stuck. And then, just like that, the problem was solved. The driver, he could see I was confused, and he just leaned over and pointed to the right button. One little press, and pop, the door opens. It was so simple, but without that one tiny piece of information, I was going absolutely nowhere. And that's when it just clicked for me. That small, slightly embarrassing moment in the car was this perfect metaphor for something so much bigger. It reminded me how you can be in the perfect place at the perfect time and still be the wrong person for that moment. Because if you don't have the specific knowledge to act, you're effectively trapped. So this brings us to our first big idea, what you might call the right place, wrong person paradox. It's all about that gap between just being physically present for an opportunity and actually having the ability to unlock it. The thing that bridges this gap is what we're calling knowing how. And this isn't just about general knowledge or being book smart. No, this is about having the specific capacity, the direct ability to open the door that's sitting right in front of you. Without it, that amazing opportunity might as well not even be there. And the consequences of not knowing how are just incredibly frustrating, aren't they? You've done all the work to get there. You can see the next step, the path forward, but you can't take it. It's a powerful reminder that whatever you don't know is always bigger than you. Your own knowledge gap becomes this giant wall. But, there's another really important layer to all of this: time. Because opportunities, well, they don't just hang around forever. They're all on a ticking clock. Every single opportunity has a life cycle. A door appears, you start to struggle trying to figure out how to open it, but while you're busy struggling, time is passing. See, possibilities are tied to seasons, and every opportunity has an expiration date. If you take too long to figure it out, that door closes for good. Now, some doors are pretty simple, right? They just need one key. But the really big, life-changing opportunities, those are a whole different game. They're more like combination locks.
For these really complex doors, it is not enough to have just one piece of the puzzle. You need the right knowledge, sure, but you also need the right practical skill, and you have to apply it at the exact right time. And this is the crucial part. You have to do it all in the right order. If you get the sequence wrong, even with all the right pieces, that lock just won't open.
There is this ancient quote that just puts it perfectly. It says, "The labor of fools wearies them because they don't know the way to the city." Think about that. You can work incredibly hard, putting in all the hours, all the effort, but if you don't actually know the correct way to do something, the right combination, all that labor just leads to exhaustion. Now it results. Okay, so if knowing how is so critical, if it's the whole ball game, how do we get it? How do we find the key or the combination before that clock runs out? Well, it really just boils down to two main paths. So on one hand, you can try to figure it all out yourself. And hey, sometimes this works, but it takes a ton of time and it comes with a really high risk of failure and frustration. And remember, that opportunity might just expire while you're still trying to crack the code. The other path, you learn from people who already have the keys. This way is faster, it's more direct, but it always requires a payment. And that payment is either your time, your money, or sometimes just the humility to ask for help. So the crucial point is this. You have a choice. You can stay stuck at the door, struggling all by yourself, just hoping you figure it out in time, or you can actively choose to find someone who already knows how to open that door and learn from them. The power to move forward is really in that decision. And that leaves us with one final thought. I want you to think about your own life for a second, your career, your goals, whatever it is. Which door is standing right there in front of you right now, just waiting for you to find the right key?